O akala nyo after Matthew, Bible verse na naman tayo, no? Hindi. Okay, so today we are leaving the comment section of Bible manuscript or Bible manuscript genre and entering Ancient Greek group chat instead. So everyone, welcome again to When Authors Made Bestsellers and Created Chismis as History. And this is your host, MelKat. And today's episode is about beauty, war, blame, men making decisions, and one woman somehow becoming the headlines for everybody's disaster. Ang juicy, no? So today we are talking about Homer and Helen of Troy, or what I like to call it. Helen of Troy and the face that launches too many blame games. Interesting. So now before anything else, let us clarify first something, okay? When people hear Helen of Troy, they usually think the face that launches 1,000 ships. Ang daming ships nun. So, very dramatic, very poetic, very ancient Chismis perfume, right? Plot twist, that exact famous phrase is not from Homer, okay? It's famous, or it became famous from Christopher Marlowe's play called Dr. Faustus much later, or because actually it's because of that play. I'm not really sure if I pronounced that right. It's Dr. Faustus or Faustus or basta yun na yun, Faustus or Faustus. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So even the line people associated Helen is already part of authors or another author's later drama remix, okay? And Ancient Chismis already had a sequel. So now the core story most people remember goes like this. Helen was the wife of Menelaus, king of Sparta. Alright. Then Paris, the prince of Troy, took her, or she went with him. I'm not sure, or depending on which version you actually read, okay, or had been reading. And because of that, the Greeks sailed to Troy. A war happened, heroes died, a city fell, and somehow people look at the wreckage and say it was because of Helen. Helen? Wait lang, ano daw? Helen talaga? A whole war? A whole fleet? A whole army? Kings, warriors, alliances, pride, politics, revenge, male ego, divine interference, family dramatic or family drama, and international chaos. Pero ang headline, it's Helen's fault? Kasalanan ni Helen? Oh my God, what the fudge? Okay, this is where Ate MelKat needs everyone to slow down, okay? Because when we talk about Helen, we are not just talking about a woman. We are talking about how literature can turn a person into a symbol. And yes, a symbol. So in the Trojan War, or the Trojan War tradition, Helen becomes the face of desire, okay? The face of beauty, the face of betrayal, the face of blame, the face of war that many men choose to fight. And that is where the Chismis becomes history itself, okay? Because once the story is repeated enough, people see it. Let me rephrase that. Because once the story is repeated enough, people stop asking who benefited from this version. They just remember the shortcut. Helen caused the war. Helen ruined Troy. Helen launched the ships. Helen was the problem. But the question is, was she? Hmm. Or was she the most convenient face to put on a disaster that already had many hands? Because let me be honest with you, wars do not happen because of a pretty face. Don't get me wrong, it never did. Wars happen because people with power decided to use the face as the reason. Boom, mind blown. Bang, bang, bang. And this is why Helen is perfect for this segment. Because Homer's Iliad is not even mainly about Helen. The Iliad focuses more on Achilles, rage, honor, pride, and consequences of a wounded male ego inside the war. But in public memory, Helen becomes the shortcut. She becomes the symbol. She becomes the woman everybody points to when they want a simple reason for a complicated collapse. Ayan. Ayan ang chismis. Because history loves a simple villain. Especially when the villain can be a woman. Kaloka. Now, disclaimer lang. This is not me saying Helen was innocent in every version. No. This is mythology. There are many versions, many poets, or many poems, many traditions, and many interpretations. In some versions, she has agency. In some versions, she is taken. In some versions, the gods are heavily involved. In some versions, she is blamed. In some versions, is more tragic than villainous. But that is exactly the point, okay? When stories travel, they change, or they basically change the shape of the story. And when stories change shape, reputation change with them. Ang bigat, right? Helen became more than a character. She became evidence. Evidence of beauty as danger. Evidence of women as temptation. Evidence for men saying we had no choice. Excuse me? No choice? Sure ka? Wait lang ha. You built ships. You gathered armies. You crossed the sea. You fought for years. 10 years? More than? I don't know. Diba years? Ang dami nun. But sure, blame the woman. Kaloka. So this is where I want us to read the story differently. Because the question is not only did Helen cause the Trojan War? The better question is, why was everyone so eager to let Helen carry the blame? Because sometimes when society does not want to confront power, pride, politics, violence, it creates one face to blame. One person, one woman, one symbol, one headline. And then the complicated truth becomes easier to swallow. Instead of saying this war happened because of pride, alliance, rivalry, masculinity, divine drama, and political ambition, people say it was Helen. Very convenient, very neat, very, very suspicious. And that is how literature can become history or historical chismis. Because the story does not just tell us what happened, it tells us who people wanted to blame. Helen did not just become beautiful, Helen becomes useful. Useful as an excuse, useful as a warning, useful as a symbol, useful as a sponge goat. And that is dangerous, especially if it is a power of stories. A dangerous power of stories. They can preserve memory, but they can also flatten memory. They can give us meaning, but they can also give us a sponge goat wearing a crown. So maybe Helen of Troy was not simply the face that launched thousands of ships. Maybe she was the face of people used so that they could not have to admit who actually built the ship, commanded the ship, and chooses the war. So, final thought, mga netizens. People ask, was Helen the cause of the Trojan War? But the best question is, why did everyone need Helen to be the cause? Because sometimes history does not just remember women. Sometimes history uses women as storage for everyone's or everybody else's blame. The Chismis was Helen's launched 1,000 ships. But the deeper history might be men launched war and literature gave them the face to blame. And that, everyone, is how women become the headline for entire civilization chaos, or entire civilization's chaos. So this is episode 3 of When Authors Made Bestsellers and Created Chismis as History. So I am MelKat. Read the story, read the symbol, read who gets blamed. And before we say one person caused the collapse, let us check who had the power to turn the collapse into history. So see you on the next episode. Goodbye for now.